welcome to the Glacially Ghost Cult crossover, a Don Delomite roll the joint. Of course, I am Nick Cameron of Glacially Musical Podcast, joined by my good friend, William Fontaine de la Tour d'Autrive de Lamont. Don, who is not here yet. I'm by myself. This is weird. I'm just going to share some more links to get some friends in here. Don, talk to me, please, quickly. Don, I can't hear you.
How about now?
There we go. Talk to me, Don. How we doing?
I said I am doing great, my friend. How about you doing today?
It is Wednesday. We are live. We are doing a bit on Record Store Day Black Friday, and it's a vinyl Ask Us Anything if anybody wants to come talk to us. That's why I'm sharing some links. Sharing them.
You only share if you care.
Where's Keefy? There he is. He's muted too.
Unmute yourself.
Oh yeah, this is great. I'm here too. What's up?
Well, we're really pulling it all together tonight, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, it's been a day.
We've all had a day. As we all know, here's how we do this. This is our chasers. They're now live. Hopefully you are listening, talking, doing the business. We still do the show the same way. Greeting, beer check, vinyl check, which we're skipping this week because vinyl check is Record Store Day Black Friday. And then news and meat of the episode, which is Record Store Day Black Friday. Can I have the camera, please, sir?
That you can. Boom.
Because it is the Christmas season, I am now drinking out of my Christmas Story pint glasses. Because it is winter, basically. I am drinking an Earmuffs Winter IPA by Four Hands Brewing. Finger fudge pour. What you got, Don?
I am drinking the very last of my Atomic Torpedo IPA.
Don, hold on one second. We missed Nick's check because we were gone for a second. Go ahead.
All right.
Redo.
Recheck, Nick.
He's muted. This is awesome.
This is so fucking Spinal Tap.
This is so bad.
Because it's the Christmas season, I'm drinking out of my Christmas Story pint glass. One of them. Because it is winter, I am drinking an Earmuffs IPA. And you took the camera away.
Just
Earmuffs IPA.
You're good. You popped already. We missed the pop.
I popped. I did
everything went haywire. Just give me 1 second to get it all back. You'll see in a second.
Pete Tong.
That's fine. Don, what's your check? Go ahead.
My check is the last of my Torpedo IPAs. So I'm going to have to be looking for those Hopsecutioners next. So see, we got the pop. There we go.
Oh, that finally sounded like a real grown-up boy.
Right, didn't it? And then we got the finger fudge pour.
Did not sound like a wet fart for the first time.
Yeah, we don't care about the pour. It's fine. And I have a Liquid Death. Bury It Alive. I'm gonna murder my thirst and take my first dose ever of Ritalin, which I've had not able to get for a week and a half, even though I got prescribed it already.
Wow, we're all on drugs. I'm on drugs.
Congratulations. I dig music.
I am a golden god.
Drugs. Cheers, everybody.
One more second.
Oh, goddamn, that's good.
We're so off the rail. Boom. How about that?
Amtrak. Because here is my vinyl check. It's right here. I'm putting it back down. I'll bring it out later when it's time.
There we go.
Oh, look at our
news of the week.
Hey, Keith.
Personal news. We purchased tickets to Guns N' Roses. Did the thing I swore I'd never do. I bought up high tickets, but they were only $65 all in. So whatever. That's all.
Like how up high is up high?
We were in the 400 level at Busch Stadium, not the Dome.
Oh, okay. So your legs will thank you.
Yeah. And they got.
Does that mean you can get like hot dogs at the game, like a game hot dog and a beer?
Oh,
yeah. That's cool.
And
you should pregame before you go to the stadium, though, because clearly the beer's going to be like $20 a beer.
At the stadium, you can bring in your own dogs, and there's like people that sell dogs outside the stadium.
You can bring in your own hot dogs.
You can bring in anything you want if it's food,
dude. Fucking A, dude.
I thought drugs and guns.
Yeah.
St. Louis, pew pew pew.
Hey,
in the 314.
The very brave people that won't leave their houses without their guns have to leave them in the car, which is why 1,000 guns get stolen out of downtown cars every year in St. Louis.
Fun story. So I had a checkup the other day, and there was a shooting at the hospital that's my clinic has last Friday. So I show up to my appointment at 6 p.m. on Monday, and there's a candlelight vigil with like 1,000 doctors and nurses outside the hospital, and cops everywhere, and security is heightened, and like a terrible thing happened.
St. Louis not looking so bad all of a sudden.
I'm telling you, San Francisco is going to be like East St. Louis soon.
Oh God! Don't say things you cannot take back, and do not drive it there in a Honda Civic.
Okay,
you stick out.
Oh,
and why a Honda Civic? Like,
because that's what we had. Do not drive a Honda Civic while listening to NPR through downtown East St. Louis. It gets weird, and you look out of place. All right, Don, what you got for news?
That Kiss is dead to me. That's one. Two is that Triumph announced their first fucking tour in 30 years.
Can drop a bomb like Kiss is dead to me without telling the story.
I know what he's talking about, but
I do too. I was told about
all
it
right,
earlier.
So Kiss went and accepted the congressional honor of being past your prime playing music, and from the Kennedy Center honor from Donald Trump. And
can we real quick congratulate President Taco on his participation award from FIFA?
Did you see somebody? There was a meme. I think it was the Hard Times. They ran a headline that said Governor Newsom receives the Coles Freedom Award or something. It was incredible. But yeah, so I mean, I feel like this could be a whole episode in itself. But in a nutshell, the remaining members of Kiss, being Gene, Paul, and Pete, they went to the.
Don't
Kennedy
fool
Center.
yourself. Ace would have been there.
Oh, 100% he would have been there. But the thing is that I expect that of Gene. And for someone like Paul, who for so many years kind of talked like he was the understanding, left-leaning guy that he is, like to go and like proudly pose behind a chair with Donald Trump.
The non-binary.
This is not the story. This is the non-story. This is not the story.
Oh, we're talking about
Kiss news.
All right, I will give the Kiss
the
news.
Other Kiss. You know what, Don? I'm just gonna let me jump in here and say,
okay,
I fucking hate Trump, and I am not, and I hate most Democrats. Actually, they're all bitches. They're lovable losers. They like moral victories that don't help the American people.
God,
all of you go die in a fire. Most all of you, everybody over 60 in politics, jump in the fucking sea. I don't care.
Just go away. Yeah.
So should we play a track? Should we play a track off of Metallica's "Kill 'Em All"?
We should not. It's the president of the United States, even if he's a cocksucker who doesn't represent us. We're at the 8-minute mark. He does not represent me, but he is the president. And the Kennedy Center honors, however tarnished, is also the same place that recognized Heart and Led Zeppelin. So they're gonna do that. They're all Trump voters, right? Like, don't kid yourself. The Gene is friends with Trump. They're friends.
Oh, we know that.
And they're multi-100 millionaires, and they probably donated to Trump, by the way. And Paul was pseudo-liberal-ish online for many years. And then he went like arch conservative the last couple of years. So you should have been out on them a long time ago. And this is not great to me. I don't care about this. You know what? They were never going to get honored by any other president with good taste in music. Barack Obama still makes Spotify playlists. His Spotify playlist is the most followed playlist of any politician by far in the world. And, except maybe that mayor in Albuquerque who's a metalhead, right?
Uh-huh.
The mayor of Albuquerque is like a huge metal guy, right? So he has like Sepultura and Pantera and Metallica on his list.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that guy. Yeah.
But like, this is not the news about Kiss. Nick, I'm sorry to cut you off at the legs, Don, but on this, I like, this is not, if you were not out on Kiss before now, whatever, bro.
No,
I'm going to move to Canada if Trump is elected again. No one did.
No.
I know one person that left America. One person, my high school crush, picked up her whole family and moved to Italy. Awesome.
Lawyer wife will not move to Canada, so I cannot move to Canada. I already.
Yeah, I know you wish you could. I know you.
It has nothing to do with any politicians. I just want to
be like you would do all the French and baguettes and eggs Benny, and you would move to Quebec or Montreal and become an immediate Maple Leafs or Habitants fan and forget you were ever American.
Well, but here's the deal. And I get that, and I know that it's not you know, that it's not.
And I love you, Don.
Yeah. Oh, no. I totally get it. But I'm just stepping in just
so Nick knows that it's equal rights when I
know that it is not new news and everything, and that it's not news and whatever, and that, you know, that I should have been off Kiss for a while. I have been off of Gene. I've been off of all of them for a while. Paul, I was barely hanging by a thread with, you know, and I think because of that, that is what was like that straw that broke the camel's back. You know, neurodivergent Don and like the guy who, you know, who still wants to see good in just about any idiot who treated him like shit in his life. Like, I want to look at that and go, okay, so maybe they'll accept the award, and maybe they'll just be like, they'll do it, and they won't participate in all the big fanfare. But of course, looking back on it, it's fucking Kiss. Why would I not think that Kiss would go in and be like, oh my God, there's cameras and fanfare, we want no part of it? Yeah, no, so this is one of those, like, you know, fool me once, shame on, you know, you fool me twice, shame on me. I kind of feel like a dick and an idiot because for some reason I held out some sort of faith,
you know, the fact that
they
Paul
would do something
that
was like
Paul literally is the non-binary character on stage.
100%, and 100%. That's when listen, I love Kiss, and I'm brokenhearted about Ace, and I love Peter, and we're gonna review the Peter album. We decided the next Chaser in 3 more weeks, but I'm gonna keep it real. 100. Paul being like, you know, supporting Dee Snider and Alice Cooper, the 3 Figalas, you know what I'm saying? Like the 3 effeminate, you know, trans masculine dudes, their whole career, making a whole 50-year rock and roll career off of being feminine. I went out on Paul at that moment. Like, that was my moment to be like, you know what? I love the music. I love the thing of Kiss. I don't love any of that shit. That shit's offensive to me and offensive to Kiss fans.
So let me ask you this too, because and again, this could be a whole nother topic, I'm sure. But so, you know, I get asked this a lot.
If I have a chance, I'd like to pile on Alice Cooper hate real quick too.
Well,
okay. Yeah, so
we're not done with Kiss, but go ahead. Let Don finish.
But my thing is that like, you know, this is an argument that I have with a lot of people. It's like, how can you give up on a band or quit liking a band, but based on their political affiliations or their beliefs or whatever? And I was like, you know what? The same way that I could probably give up on having a family member or a friend that supports some level of all this bullshit hate, this whole regime of bullshit, right? So, when Lizzie and I were talking about this early in the week, over the weekend, one of the things I said was, like, I kind of missed the days when we didn't have to know. Like, when there was a day where you didn't know, ignorance is bliss, right? Like, if we didn't know that so-and-so was a supporter of white supremacy or that was anti-gay or whatever. If we didn't know that, we got to solely base what we liked off of this artist from their artistic merit and their put out. But now that's gone. Because everything is the internet has made everything so transparent. And so now we're learning things. We get to see things of artists that we were shocked to hear that they would, worship a guy like Trump. Yeah, and then on the flip side,
we get to find out that there are 2 kinds of people in this world, rich and poor.
Right. Yeah. And
everything else is just there to distract us. Every other division is just a distraction.
But like, if you would have told me back in like 1984 that Blackie Lawless would be flying a fucking flag for a president,
it's completely ridiculous.
Shut up.
It's completely ridiculous that so many of these people have gone on to support the people that literally tried to cancel them because now these people have money.
Blackie Lawless has always been a racist tool, by the way.
Well, he's always been,
They tried to shut me down, and I'm for free speech. Also, I love Trump, who's against free speach. Nice.
Yeah, and
super nice.
And this is where the argument comes.
Can we move on from this?
No, we can't. No, we can't. And here's what the real Kiss news is. Gene Simmons gave an interview the other day, this week. When did Ace die? A month ago.
Literally 2 days ago. He apologized today.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
During the pooch.
Sorry.
He said Ace is dead because of drugs and alcohol. The guy is dead. The body's not cold. He's just interned in his whatever, the mausoleum. Fuck all the way off. But also on brand for Gene. Ace and Peter are druggies. You know what Gene and Paul were greedy about? And you know what they were addicted to? Pussy and money. They're just as weak. They're just as weak addicts for fame and power and money as Peter and Ace were. And you know what? Kiss is not Kiss without Peter and Ace at all. And honestly, look, Vinnie Vincent kind of sucks. Bruce Kulick, I like him, nice guy, good guitarist. Not important to Kiss's history, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody, Eric Carr, we love you. I'm sorry you died horribly and died the same day as Freddie Mercury. Terrible, terrible bad luck to be that guy. But like, Kiss is Ace, Peter, Paul, and Gene, and no less. And those first 8 Kiss albums are locked in granite. You can fucking have Dynasty, and a couple of others are okay. Creatures of the Night, for instance, and one song on The Elder. Sorry, not sorry. But and Revenge is awesome. But like, nothing else they have is good, and the Unplugged is one of the best. But like, everything else is a damn piece of shit. And he said sorry because he can't help himself. He can't fucking help himself. Shut the fuck up. The man is dead. It's over. You don't have to ever hear about him ever again. He's done.
Gene does not understand that his being an addict is not any better than Ace's being an addict.
That's 100%. Neither Paul has a fundamental lack of understanding that his problems with mental health reflect the fact that he is like, oh, people with mental health issues are neurodivergent and trans is a fad and all it is. Bro, get a hold of yourself. Look in the fucking mirror once in your fucking life.
And of all people saying that, it's fucking Paul Stanley. That
of all the people.
Trans is a fad.
Shake my hips. I got 2 hip replacements from shaking my hips like a babe and dancing all over the stage.
And making out with myself. Don't forget that.
Making out with myself.
Yeah, that's the
over compensating for his feminism and his probable bisexuality and gayness. Which is nothing wrong with that, Paul. Come out. It would help your fans.
Look, man,
it just came out.
Halford came out with no problem. You know what I mean? Come on.
No, really. I mean, there's still very hateful there are definitely hateful anti-gay people that love Judas Priest and still refer to Halford as the F slur. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. But last time I checked, also, Priest's fan base was still very solid. They were still playing great shows.
Yeah, mostly solid people.
Well. Yeah. You know, I mean, so the thing is that, Kiss, all that has ever mattered to Kiss was let's say, I'm sorry, Gene and Paul, was the dollar. That was the bottom line, and they've chased that their entire lives.
With a side of Miss Gazzari dancer.
Yeah.
Did
that help her actressing?
She'd pop up, but she's going down on Gene right now. I think.
She got no actressing. I'm Gene's I'm getting head right now.
But it's like, I don't know. I just can't. I got burned because I get burned when any artist, to be honest, that I even had a remote smidgen of appreciation for would do something like appear proudly standing behind a chair in Trump. So maybe actually, you know what? I have to go back to what Keith said. I think that's probably the truth. Is that what it is that wasn't the worst part of it. I always knew it was there. It was just the salt in the wound to actually see it with my own eyes. Does that make sense? And I think that it's almost like when you hear, I don't know, like you hear you're young and you hear your girlfriend's cheating, but you don't want to believe it until you see it. Then you see it. You're like, like that's exactly how I felt. Like I wanted to be like,
dude, Ice Cube,
Anakin Skywalker. Like I wanted
Don,
to be.
Did you ever hear your parents boning?
Oh yeah.
How about you, Nick?
I didn't hear it, but I saw it.
Oh my God!
Thank you for unlocking that core memory. Let's move on to me yelling about Alice Cooper.
Go ahead.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say y'all, thank y'all for bringing me up here in the comments, Curly. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alice Cooper has a radio show that is syndicated probably on 100 stations across this great land. You know what that does?
The Nights with Alice.
Puts 100 DJs out of work. Thank you, Alice Cooper, for ruining the radio industry.
I mean, he's had that for 15 years.
He's had that radio.
It's only
show
been
for
here. It's only been here for 6 months.
No, he's had it for years. But
radio syndication is a thing that existed before satellite radio.
Yes, I know.
Hear you, Eddie Trunk also.
Eddie
Trunk, continues
we don't have
his
Eddie
war
Trunk
with Kiss. He's
I don't
so
like
mad.
Eddie Trunk.
I mean, I liked him once. He helped a lot of bands I love get.
He yelled at me he made fun of me on Twitter. We got to do a Twitter fight because he was wrong.
Wow.
He snapped at me at the Atlanta Kiss Expo, and so I took a picture with him.
No.
Flying the middle finger over his head.
Oh well, I mean, you deserved it.
Oh, he's a fucking tool. But but again, we talked about this though. Sometimes people are just fucking goo balls, and you just hate them, but they do good things. And I've never heard of Eddie Trunk doing like a maliciously inhuman kind of thing.
He's not a bad
The guy
person.
just
I
fucking
just don't.
pisses
I
me
just
off.
don't.
I
I
just
just
don't
don't
like him.
like him.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
a butthead. He's a fucking boomer. And he's like, he's not good, like he doesn't understand that he has been far from the pulse of rock fans for a very long time.
The dude still thinks UFO is the greatest band that ever lived.
I mean, God,
on, man.
good
Seriously?
band.
Good
UFO
band.
should
but,
be in the
like,
Hall of Fame, and until they're not, okay, bro. Like
No, man.
you and no one else, and except Kirk
Hey.
Hammett and you.
Every band out there is someone's favorite band, and that person might be on every radio station in the country.
Maybe.
Maybe, but I don't know. I actually, to be totally honest, I think radio has been dead for a long fucking
It's
time.
been dead for 30 years, and it just gets
DJs
worse and worse.
DJs
We never
are just
had
basically
syndicated
pushing
shows
buttons,
like
right?
this in St. Louis.
You
where
never
it's
had
constant-
you never had Metal Shop, or you never had Westwood One, or you never had
no,
what was the other one, Keefy? They had Metal Shop, what King Biscuit Flower Hour.
no, never had that.
What was there was another one that
The
was
Blue
kinda
Jean
big.
Network by Levi's, sponsored by
Yes.
Levi's. That's what I grew up
No.
listening to.
Yeah,
We did have Rockline. We had Rockline.
Rockline. That was the one I was trying to. Bob Coburn.
but
yeah.
it wasn't
And then
like
Eddie
this
had
is
the
now.
Concrete Corner. Eddie
Now-
had the metal show. every Sunday night.
KC95 has multiple syndicated shows playing just some dude on the radio. There are Professor of Rock is on KC95 now, and
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
He's a YouTuber.
Is that Dr. John?
but-
Hey, everybody, welcome back to New Orleans. Let me tell you a story about a time that I got
No, the only John that's ever been on KC95 is the U-Man, John Hewlett.
I don't know who that is.
Nobody does outside of St. Louis. He's the Cardinals PA announcer. He has been for 748 years. I think he's been the only one ever since they got a PA. John Hewlett has been there.
I'm going to send you a clip of Bob Shepard, who was the voice of God at Yankee Stadium and Giant Stadium for many years.
It's amazing.
Number 2, coming up to bat, Derek Jeter. Number 2. That guy was incredible.
Now batting for the St.
Listen.
Louis Cardinals, shortstop, Ozzy Smith.
Ozzy.
Free agency, the Wizard of Oz. Free agency started in baseball this week, and the Mets immediately lost two of their 3 best guys.
Oh, I heard something.
Unbelievably.
I heard them yelling about something on the radio about New York hating like baseball. I didn't know which New York it was.
Yeah, it's not
I was
us.
kind of
We didn't
hoping
do
it was
anything
I was hoping it was the Yankees. So we
I'm
could
hoping we're
commiserate
keeping
over
our
crap.
guys and getting a few more. The
I
Mets
hope you
already
get
lost 2
I hope you
important
get
guys.
Arenado. I want
I
you.
want Arenado really bad, and that'll
should
keep
not.
Goldschmidt. We might lose
You should-
Goldschmidt though.
You should not want Arenado.
He really saved their biscuits this year with an outstanding year, which we predicted. So
Tremendous.
We'll
Any news you need to get out, Keefy?
yeah, let's talk about vinyl reissues from Danzig, which we talked about on the show many months ago.
Oh, man, I
And,
slept on that one.
So
I
Danzig's
slept,
music has
yeah.
been out of print for many years because he's had a feud with Rick Rubin, the believer in conspiracies and Bilderbergs and fucking
Look at
lizard
him.
people.
Look at him and tell me you're not scared of him.
No, I'm not scared of him.
I
you
am.
know the
I
story
would
about how
not
Henry
be in a
Rollins'
room with him.
best friend and roommate got killed because Rick Rubin showed up in the ghetto with his Rolls Royce.
No,
You
and
know
I
that-
do
you
not
don't
want to.
know-
No.
Oh,
I
are
you
you
know
talking
that
about
story.
Joe Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah. They left that detail out for the longest fucking time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that
Rick
was
Rubin is not
that
a
was
good or
Rick
smart
Rubin's
person.
fault. No. Yeah.
He's just not a smart person. Anyway, and according again, second Ozzy book in a row where Ozzy, Iommi, a bunch of geezer all were like, why did we hire that guy? We should have hired Greg Fiddleman. He's the guy who worked with Metallica. Why did we hire Rick? Mistake. Threw away millions of dollars on that guy.
And then Rick worked with Metallica.
No, he worked with Metallica before Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
That's why they chose him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
It's okay.
But you know
I
what?
make mistakes frequently.
I feel like Rick Rubin is the kind of guy that, like, in hindsight, like, people would love to work with him because it's like it's Rick Rubin.
It
right?
seems like a good idea. It seems like a good idea. But then you find out, and now Rick Rubin is all in on AI. I'm going to use AI for everything. Fuck off. Fuck all the way off. You and every other
And everybody who works with him bitches about him after they release the album during the press tour.
Well, not the Chili's. They still love him. And they would go back to him if they wanted to. They love him. But
Didn't he do the last couple?
he's done like all their records, I think except one.
I think he's done almost all of them since Blood Sugar,
Blood
right?
Sugar, yeah. I think Rescue Lennox did one. I don't know.
Because I'm looking
I
at
thought those last two
Canteen.
double albums were horrific. Like horrific.
They are not horrific.
They are not good. Name
They're at
3
least
songs.
as good as Load and Reload.
They are not anywhere. Get out of here.
Christ, man.
Anyway, Danzig reissues finally. Universal Music owns the copyright. Danzig wanted to own them so he could shop them somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
They will not let him. I think he would have had Cleopatra put them out, which means they would have been rushed out and not good. But by all accounts, they sound great. They've been the first pressing has been released in limited batches only from udiscovermusic.com, which is Universal's big outlet for records. I finally got some money because I finally got some money in my pocket, and I went to go buy them. And the one that I wanted the most is sold out. They are going to release more of them. 2.
Which one did you want?
Because Dog's been
2.
bitching about that.
No, you can't get the reissue of 2. It's only through them. So if you see it anywhere else, it's Discogs for $4.99. I looked eBay for $2.18, or all the bootleg versions of it. I don't want. I want the repress. We were talking about this, Nick and I, for a long 2 years at least, about waiting for the Danzig. Every other Danzig record has been re-put out or bootlegged in a high quality enough because it's a recent thing. I have Circle of Snakes. I think I have Circle of Snakes. I think I have Death Red Sabbath. I Luciferi. Those are all good. Black Acid Devil, I can get anywhere.
And I'm the asshole for liking Dream Canteen.
What the fuck?
Yes, you are an asshole for liking Dream Canteen.
Who likes
you don't know
that?
what the fuck you're talking about. Anyway, this
God.
next record's gonna rock so hard. I'm looking forward to the Flea solo album that got announced. That sounds good.
Oh,
it'll be wild. And
way the fuck out of here.
So look, the only Danzig I really wanted 3. That was the one I wanted.
Yeah, you can get it. You can get it. You can get it right now. I'll send you the link. You can get it. You should not buy it off of anywhere else, but You Discover Music. You know you're getting the authentic
but You
one.
Discover Music had it listed as sold out.
3 isn't. I know they keep saying they're out and they're back in. So I'm telling you, I was on it this week. I bought 1, 3, and 4. So you can get it. You just can't get 2 right now.
You bought.
And then in the spring, here's the actual news that Nick will like. They are going to release indie record store batch this spring. So 1, 2, 3, 4 will be in your shops. I'll get it eventually. If I can't get it now, they're not even that expensive. Honestly, like $30.
They were
for a 2 LP. They're no frills. There's no, they didn't recreate the inserts from the original. But like for $30 for a classic album remastered for vinyl, that's a fucking steal. And for a record I love.
I paid $47 for Legion.
Yeah, well,
was it a bootleg?
I saw it for the same amount of money, and I was like, nope, I don't care about Deicide all that much to get that.
I care about Deicide Legion all that much. I'm kind of over mail ordering records.
Yeah,
why?
Because I have done it so much, and it's just not nearly as fun. I like you
like the activity of buying them in the store. You're a good person.
I would love to go find records like that in the wild, but the problem is,
I'm sorry, your city sucks.
Well, no, it's not so much that, but what I'm saying is, like, even when I lived in Atlanta, one of the things that used to piss me off more than anything is that, it would be like, oh, support the local record store, support your local record stores. I'm all about supporting a local record store, but when you walk in and first off, the shit has jacked up like almost double what it's actually supposed to be. And on top of that too, they look down their noses at you for everything you buy.
Here's the difference between
kind of
Atlanta and St. Louis. And I asked the same question at my office Christmas party last week, because I'm the only person in my company that's into vinyl. How many vinyl record stores do you think there are in St. Louis, not counting Walmart and Target and Best Buy?
In St. Louis?
Yeah, St. Louis.
5.
In a city of 2.8 million people metro.
I'm still going to stick that number because Atlanta's fucking huge, dude. There's like
about 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, literally 30. I took Keefy on a trek to like 6 of them.
Now, see, that's the thing, is that maybe if you lived in a city,
we went to Vintage, we went to Record Exchange, we went to Planet Score. Is that all we went to?
Which is the one that was a former library?
Record
Joe's.
Exchange.
Did we go to Joe's?
We didn't go to Joe's. I wasn't big into Joe's.
We did the 3. We only had a day together.
Yeah,
like we had Metallica all weekend. There was an agenda. You were in the middle of houses, things.
Yeah.
We had to watch Lord of the Rings with Lawyer Wife, which was fucking amazing. Like maybe my favorite thing of the whole weekend. But beside you, like enjoying the company of everybody, we went to Steve's Hot Dogs with the Super Kid. That was really fun. We really only, and when we went Danny Nichols, who's a friend of the show,
and we were like 18 feet from a record store at Steve's.
We were.
Now, see, and that's the thing is that, you know, if I had lived in a city or, well, you know, again, New Orleans is a good example. There's as many record stores on one street in New Orleans as there was in almost metro Atlanta.
But the thing is St. Louis never gave up on vinyl stores. Euclid Records, which is no longer on Euclid or in the city, it's now in Webster Groves, and Vintage Vinyl and the one in the library, Record Exchange, never closed, never stopped pimping vinyl.
That's great.
Then there was also CD Reunion in St. Charles, which same. Then there was another one. There were 3 in St. Charles that never stopped doing vinyl as well, but most of them are closed now. But because of that, people don't look down their nose at you. Because of that, and that's not even counting the antique malls that have shit tons of record stalls, good ones.
Mm-hmm.
So there's competition here, so people can't charge you 100% in the wild fee. They charge about a 20% in the wild fee. Things I have found in the wild: Metallica, Kill 'Em All, first press.
Mm-hmm.
Did not purchase. It was $300. Wanted. Master of Puppets, first press. Alice in Chains. Jane's Addiction, Nothing's Shocking, first pressing. Did buy that. Metallica, Beyond Magnetic, bought that. This is the kind of shit we find in the wild here. And you know what? I like that better than Amazon.
Now, see, I do too. But again,
I like that better than Discogs, even though I use Discogs from time to time.
Right, but then, like I said, you know, I live in a town now that has one good record store. One.
I live in a neighborhood that has one good record store.
Yes, thank you. But the one good record store that I go to, great company. I mean, not company, great store. Totally just like, you know, everything, you know, pro LGBTQ, everything. They have a great selection of used stuff. You guys have seen my checks. Yeah. I came in with some great used stuff. But the problem is because it's such a secluded little area, you know, in this, you know, Myrtle Beach area or whatever, there's just nothing like that.
I get that. I have a record store in the farmer's market.
Well, then buy at the fucking farmer's market then. But what I'm saying, what I'm trying to get at is that like some of us don't have that. I'm not looking down on anybody.
Oh, no.
I know you're not.
I am in a situation where I have the mall I go to has 3 record stores in it. They're just literally everywhere. They're falling out of the fucking trees like the Gringos in the Three Amigos.
Did I share with you the thing that I saw where
there is a plethora of record stores?
Dinging is going off, Don. I suspect it's you.
I made a great El Guapo reference and it was completely missed.
Whatever your notifications are, ixnay on the.
Yeah. Okay. No, I got it.
Seriously though, there was a study done in Australia that listening to music lowers your chances of getting dementia by 40%. So
I can see that.
That's amazing because that's like one of my 2 fears is dementia or deafness.
But I do feel like my listening to Roger Waters records increases my risk of dementia.
No, I don't think it's dementia. I think it's more like schizophrenia.
Same diff.
I don't know, but
like things you don't want to catch. Speaking of local record stores, let's segue into the meat, gentlemen.
No shirt check?
Oh, shirt check.
I wore a special shirt just for you.
Let me take off my track jacket.
Oh my God. Oh,
sexy.
Cue up the stripper.
Friend of the show, Clouds Taste Satanic.
Oh, good shirt. Don, what are you wearing?
I love
the tie-dye atrociousness.
Did somebody say take your shirt off?
Oh, Jesus.
I do that in my actor thing.
It's Miss Gazzari Dancer. I'm sorry.
Shirt's optional, Miss Gazzari Dancer. Shirt's optional.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I've got a great mashup shirt that a friend, or not really a friend, but an acquaintance made these for a tour many, many years ago. So it's a friend of the devil, and it's got the Baphomet head
Was that an acquaintance of yours who was an acquaintance of the devil, or was somebody a friend involved?
Somebody was a friend, I think. I'm still trying to figure it out. It might have been some dude that just kind of gave me his shirt, and I just don't remember. Somehow I ended up with this shirt.
Before I do my shirt check, after our comment about the shitty Beatles last week, Don actually found the shitty Beatles shirt we could get.
Why would you want that?
I would absolutely want that. Come on, dude. Wayne's World reference. My shirt is also a mashup shirt.
Not a good one.
You recognize the visual? Well, this is Smash Mouth. Somebody once told me. Vulgar display of Smash Mouth. Rest in power to Steve. What's his face? Guy Fieri's brother. Meth Syndicate once again coming through. This was a present to me. This is my holiday present to me.
Oh my God!
I get to wear a Pantera shirt, and I don't have to give Pantera my money, even though I still love Pantera. But yeah, complicated.
No, that
I choose to believe that Pantera.
Somehow Gene is now lower on the totem pole than Phil. That's insane.
Phil no good attack the radical.
Well,
yeah, but maybe. Phil also.
There was a rumor for years that ATR tattoo he has on the back of his head was asshole tearing racist. I have no clue why.
Okay, I choose to not unpack that or remember it.
Yes, block it out from your. Block it out from your
episode.
Somebody did at karaoke a medium pace by Adam Sandler. Do you know the song?
No. Yes.
Oh, it's horrifying. It's horrifying. It makes like Tenacious D seem saccharine by comparison. And then I was like, I had blocked this song out of my whole brainstem. And then it flooded back during the first words. And I was like, oh.
Okay, I have no sympathy for you because you unlocked a vision of my mother being plowed by my stepfather.
That's insane. From behind? Tell me more.
Oh, God.
Hold on a second. Tell me more.
Wait, hold on a second.
She's a redhead.
Let me get the vapor rub out.
Oh, God.
Vapor rub. Oh, my God. Chill, bro.
I need the lotion. Somebody put the lotion on the skin.
In the basket.
Sex has got to quickly become unsexy in my brain.
Did you just
the
tell
Diddy
me to
documentary is horrifying, bro.
Did you just tell me to chill? Because with this stuff, I will.
Icy Hot. Icy Hot would be more fun than Vapor Rub.
You got that? You got that shit that doesn't smell so bad? Nah, it's on back order.
that Diddy documentary is unbelievable. He's so much more horrible than I ever imagined.
Oh God. Okay. Well, that is not what I meant. That is not what I meant.
Well, so real quick before we move on, I do want to hear just a little tiny bit about this. I mean, so how much worse can he be? Because we already know.
Let's not.
Well, I'll just say this. No. It's 3 episodes. There's also a Hulu one. Curtis Jackson is the level of petty I aspire to be in my vengeance in life. I've been wrong quite a bit. And it's not. It's way worse than anything you think you know about him. He is a horrendous person. He's always been a trash individual. He doesn't understand accountability or consequences because he has $1 billion. So he just thinks he's impervious and shit should just roll over for him. Kind of like our president.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of similarities between him. He's like a super narcissist. He's horribly childish. He himself is very petty and vengeful in a way that doesn't make sense because he has everything he could ever want. And the things that he did, the machinations that he did, honestly, trigger warning, trigger warning, domestic violence, trigger warning for Darvo, and reverse Uno shit that he did to other, I'm not torturing you. You were imposing on me.
Oh my
crazy
God.
shit, convincing people they were enslaved to him, but also 100% got Tupac murdered. And because Tupac got murdered, it got Biggie murdered. And then he charged Biggie's family for the funeral.
And then fucked his wife.
And then basically took Biggie's spot, redid the terms of Biggie's new record deal signed just before he died somehow. Redid the terms so he would get most of the money, and Biggie's family got this much, whatever millions, it's really this much comparatively. Nobody on his label has ever made a dime, and that's just the highlight reel. That's not all of it. So, wow, he sucks. Worse than life. He sucks hard. Anyway.
See, that's the kind of shit that you're almost just better knowing that he's a shit human being without having to have the details.
Yeah, I know. Moving on, please and thank you.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about something fun and not horrific, because this has been a bit of a bummer so far, gentlemen.
Let's talk about the Triumph store. Let's talk about the first tour in 30 years.
I'm baffled by that. We'll save it for next week. I don't understand. Who is going to arena shows to see Triumph and April Wine?
They are playing
if it's at the family arena and I can go for free, I'm not saying yes, but I ain't saying no neither.
That doesn't count as a ticket sale for them.
No, it totally does not count as a ticket sale, and they won't get any money from me. The arena will get money from me when I buy beer and pay for parking. Okay, so what is the point of Record Store Day? It's so everybody in the world lives like me for a day, 4 times in a year, because we have to have one every fucking quarter now.
It's twice.
Only twice now? Well, they're smartening up. So, before we get into the meat of the meat, let's chew the gristle, as it were, cut off the fat of the New York strip. Gentlemen, let me ask you this question. We discussed this when Record Store Day came up the first time, when Black Friday, Record Store Day, Black Friday 2025 came up originally. And the question was, does Record Store Day need to end or at least take a hiatus? After this, Don, what did you participate this year?
Dude, there were like 2 things I really wanted, and Killer Shots didn't get them. So
okay. Did you go? Did you even go?
No, not the day of. I wasn't going to go for all that hoopla just to whatever.
See, because with one store, there's probably way more hoopla than I get.
It used to be a more of a fun thing. I remembered, sometimes that people would have bands playing, or they'd be some sort of cool, it'd be kind of a cool event. And now it's just like a fucking it's a day to go queue up in a long fucking line to get into a record store and buy something extremely overpriced.
Never had to queue up. I have gotten free beer at multiple record stores on Record Store Day. There was no beer this time, which sucks. Frenchtown Records, looking at you. You could have had some beer. You've had beer before. You got a tap in there, for Christ's sakes. They have like a keg. They have a keg in the store. I've never gotten anything out of that keg. So what do you think, Keefy? Do we need to take a pause on Record Store Day at this point?
Well, the last time we picked this up a couple weeks ago as part of a lengthy news discussion. And I'm glad to do this today because it earns a little more conversating. I think it needs to change. I think it's not doing 20 years is an achievement in anything. So I'm glad, the original reason they got together, they were like, we can't beat these chains. Best Buy and Tower Records and Sam Goodies and all those places are gone or don't sell records anymore. Best Buy doesn't really, they just started bringing back some records, but they're not really a record retailer like they used to be. They have Taylor Swift's record. Right, of course they do. Right. Because people are coming through the doors and statistically, someone's going to be like, oh, I want that. It needs to change. I don't think most of these releases warrant a release in the first place. These are bootlegs and demos, glorified bootlegs.
Hang on. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
We're going to get to that.
It doesn't, I like it to not end. I did participate. So I was up in where Melissa lives and I went
we were texting back and forth.
There was a line. It was cold. I took
and I texted back, no line.
Yeah, that was cool. I was jealous.
Because I'm a dick.
But this is a cool record store. It was my first time there. I have the bag here somewhere. The last record store. I got some records. I didn't find anything I was looking for because I was like 28th in line. Some places record store you go the night before. So Thanksgiving night after you ate and dealt with your freaking family all day, people are then going to Amoeba to get a bracelet to get a spot in line for the next day.
Where that's
put in their pull list on a letter. But I'm saying like at Amoeba, which has a LA and a San Francisco store and millions of people that go there yearly, that makes sense. That's a more fair way to do it. If you waited online, you give your list in, and then if your stuff comes up, you come in the next day and they have it for you. That is the only way that it's manageable for a store like Amoeba. Interesting facts I'll give you about Amoeba in a second because I was just there again. So I went to the last record store day in Santa Rosa, California. There are several record stores in that town. That's the first one I went to. We also found that Jackie Gleason Saucy record at the Goodwill that time that I checked. Music to make her say yes to, or whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I want every record from that collection now. Jackie Gleason boo-boo-booing and drinking while he's making lewd. the shivviest things, comments to overtures. So the last record store, great store, decent metal section. They have bands that play there. They have a space. They're promoting local artists. They have locals as a whole section. They did not have any of the specific things I wanted. They were either too obscure or they sold out too quickly, like the Zeppelin single. My homie was texting me and was like, yo,
I apologize. I came across that Zeppelin single.
Yeah, that's fine. I got
But when we were talking about it, I was in my brain, I was thinking of that Led Zeppelin live thing.
No,
not that single.
You get that from Amazon. That went on sale in September.
Did it go? Okay, I thought they'd changed it to the record store.
All I wanted was that fucking Alice Cooper live album. That's the only thing I wanted.
I'm sorry. If I had gotten it for you at the store, I would have got it for you, buddy.
No.
They had it at the record store. Most of the stuff they had wasn't for me, or what I wanted was too obscure, the metal stuff.
Right.
And my homie was texting me like, yo, are you at the record store? Because I was like, here's the line for the record store. He's like, yo, are you there? I can't get to one. Can you get me the hip hop releases? Which I said, even if I was a bigger fan of hip hop, a Biggie picture disc single and an ODB Brooklyn Zoo single for $30 each is not for me. I was like, that. Why is that exciting? It's on streaming. Those are singles from other full records. Why do I want that? If you're a completist, and I think people are, I get why. But I got it for him and sent it off. And so then I went to Record Store Day Market, which is the aftermarket side. Now, what they do, we talked about this, Nick doesn't like it, but what they do, if you missed, it tells you how many are in the wild at all these independent record store days that are part of Record Store Day that didn't sell theirs, because they're trying to move that product, because Record Store Day makes you buy them. And now stores are starting to push back. We've been talking about this record store. The Record Store Day Collective makes you buy the titles, and if you stop buying as much, they don't let you participate anymore. So it's kind of like some mafia feudalism shit. Yeah. It's a franchise fucking thing. Yeah. And that's also against the mission of the original mission to pull all the independent record stores together and the mostly underground and some mainstream artists that co-signed it to make this special thing to get foot traffic into these stores. But if you missed a thing like Don or me, and you wanted, you could go to the rsdmrkt.com, which is a sub link off of recordstoreday.com. Right. And it shows you all the things. Now you just order it. You fill a card out and you order it, and then they randomly send you stuff from wherever. So because of that, I was able to get the things I did miss. And unfortunately ended up patronizing a store I fucking hate, owned by a cunt. Just going to call it what it is, but I did get the Zeppelin.
Okay.
$16.99. I paid the regular price, so no flippers. I just want, I wanted it. I was like, if I could find it at the regular price, I wanted it.
I'm not judging you.
Yeah.
I'm questioning you.
Sure,
different things.
Yeah. Well, again, it's nostalgia. I don't have much Zeppelin except for that Into the Outdoor I showed.
Oh,
I really don't have a lot of Zeppelin because I know I will always be able to get it.
Fair. I have everything on original or OG pressing, excepting Song Remains the Same, which I bought. I got a great deal on the 4-disc version. I got it for $50. The outer cover is screwed up, and I need to get Led Zeppelin 3 on an OG press.
That would be
I did get rid of Celebration Day, and I no longer require it.
I remember it, and you made a fortune.
And
you bought records with the money you made.
Yeah, that's what you do, man.
Actually, no, that's when we were needing money. So, no, I wish I could have bought records with it. Unfortunately.
Okay, so real quick, I did pull up on You Discover Music. They do have the Danzig 3 and Danzig 1. Why is shipping $11?
Because they're Universal Music.
Because it costs $6 to ship a record now.
I will tell you that records that I have been getting shipped to me have come exquisitely protected and wrapped, unlike my experience with fucking Senjutsu.
What happened with that one?
We're not Senjutsu debacle.
Already.
There's a whole episode. I'll send it to you.
Whole episode.
Oh my god, I need to hear this.
It's so fucking ruined.
Yeah, we reviewed Senjutsu.
Yeah, which was great. I'm very fond of it. I think I like Book of Souls a slight bit more. But
really?
Senjutsu is excellent. I thought it was a better record.
Senjutsu is a grower for sure.
It's a grower. It's not a show.
Yeah.
But
so
Record Store Day Market. I don't know if Nick is going to check records now. I'm not sure, but
that's next.
So I got a few from that, including the Zeppelin, and then I went to Amoeba because I needed to get a holiday gift for somebody on the podcast, and they still had some additional records from Record Store Day because they're Amoeba and they overbought, and they were also, if you have, they have minimums, so they also sort of want you to buy a certain amount. So Amoeba is probably expected to fucking stock everything, but they know they're going to sell it eventually. Right, so I also got one that I'll check in a minute. I have obviously not opened it, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. I do think, like, I did end up getting some stuff. I did end up spending money and getting stuff, whether it was during the traditional Record Store Day method or not. I am the outlier. OJ is here in the comments. Remember that Iron Maiden shipping issue? Dude, you have no idea. So bad.
Do not bring that up. That's a 20-minute rant.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it today. I'll link it in the description later. I'll find the episode and share.
Tremendous.
But
yeah, I got to hear this.
So maybe I'm the wrong. I'm doing it wrong. I went to a store. I went to a second store. They still didn't really have what I was looking for. I went to the website and got some stuff sent to me, and I went to another store that I normally would have gone to, and they had a few things left over, but they didn't have the Cooper. I looked.
So let me ask you this: how much of Record Store Day is like getting caught up in the moment? Do you know what I mean? Like
absolutely none for me.
Well, I mean, what about
caught up in the moment? Do you mean just being part of the thing? Or
yeah, I mean, like you get in there and you see something, you're like, oh my god, they have it. You get it, and then like you help me, like, do I really need this? Do I really want this, or was I just more?
Well, I try not to make impulse buys.
You just absolutely described what happened when I picked up the very first ginormous $50 version of Eric Carr Unfinished Business in the Creatures of the Night cover with the light up eyes. And I went, this is $50 for shitty demos that I wouldn't spend $10 for on CD.
And they were flying off the shelves, I bet.
It was the last one. I put it back and I heard a guy say, do you have it? And I walked over and I handed it to him and I'm like, hey, you can have it. I put it down. You enjoy.
See, dude, that's when you buy it and then you fucking sell that shit in the parking lot.
I'm not. Fuck Flipperstone. Fuck you. And he looked at me. He goes,
I hate them, dude.
And he looked at me and he goes, are you sure, bro? Like, yes, you'll enjoy it more than me. Now, our Record Store Day trip started this year at Frenchtown Records in Soulard, which is right next to Lafayette Square, which is right next to a lot of wonderful places. They did not have what we were looking for. The child was looking for the Chapel Rowan single. It was only $12, so I did end up buying it for her, but not there because they didn't have it. There was nothing
and
there.
There were tons of them. They made 6,000 of these things. Yeah. They were not. I can't imagine that 6,000 Chapel Roan fans are going to buy it. And of course, when I went to the second store, when I got back to San Francisco, and I was texting you both on that also.
Yeah.
What do you know? There's a whole stack of them this thick, 7-inch singles. Of Chapel Roan.
I expected it to be $30.
No, it was like cheap.
I told her, dial back your expectations because I'm not spending $30 on a single for you.
It was a 7-inch or it was a
7-inch.
A 7-inch, a single and a remix. And it's,
I looked at her and
it's a new song. It's not like a hit. Right.
It's going to be on the next record. You're just going to buy it on the next record. But yeah, Dad, that's 6 months. I'm like, 6 months is nothing, bro. It's anyway. But so we found it we left Joe or Frenchtown. Didn't find anything. And so we were going to go to Joe's last because Joe's is the best Record Store Day record store, in my opinion. Just best record store in general if you're looking for new stuff. Not great for you. Mm-hmm. But so we get to what I did find at Frenchtown, and I'm going to discuss this in the next, which will be the last talking point we have for this episode, which will be, what did you think of this year's quality? So think about that. Think about one album you did not buy, why you didn't buy it. Mine's going to be The Doors. You guys can't have it. I did come across a copy of The Doors live in Amsterdam or whatever the hell it was. Talk about that in a minute.
Was that the one you and I were talking about?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
That's mine. Yeah. I'm claiming it. You can't have it. You got to talk about something else.
I won't claim it.
Go ahead, Don. Nick has been patiently waiting. Go ahead, Nick. Take the floor.
So we went to Planet Score Records. So our plan was Frenchtown, Planet Score, Joe's. And so we're at Planet Score, and I came across the Dee-Lite Greatest Hits. Now, I wanted a copy of World Click on original pressing, as everybody knows, because everybody knows that listens to this show or hosts this show knows that I'm a honk for the original press. Mm-hmm. But the original pressings from the late 80s and early 90s get more and more expensive as time goes on, and I haven't gotten it. What this did have is a lot of songs that I had never heard. Because I know precisely 2 Dee-Lite tunes.
That's one more than I know.
Obviously, Groove is in the Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Featuring Bootsy and Q-Tip.
Mm-hmm.
And another song from that record, World Click, which is not on this album. But I'm going to give some serious praise to this because, one, this came with mylar sleeves.
Oh, see, that's what I love is when they actually put that.
Correct.
The paper mylar combo.
And then check out that splatter. What would you call that?
Oh, that's beautiful. Hold on the light. I can't. I'm gonna go with orange and raspberry sherbet.
Really? Okay.
Colon blow.
I was gonna call it early morning regret splatter.
Sorry, Don. That's just what came to mind.
We're gonna call it goatsy.
Yikes!
Hang on.
That's dope, though.
That is a really good looking album.
You think that one's good looking? Well, we got more.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, this is disco dust hand truck fuel splatter.
Is that what it's called, or that's what you
No, that's Nick's name for it.
Schneef.
Stripper salt. This is stripper salt splatter.
Stripper salt. This is like stripper heels, actually. It's kind of like very interesting.
Stripper heels, yeah.
Stripper heels, red.
Like the ones that light up in the heel. You know, they have the clear heels that light up.
It's Superfly. It's Superfly heels.
It's a Superfly heel.
You know I'm sorry, Fly Guy from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, who was played by Huggy Bear, where he's got heels that have goldfish in them. Anyway, so where I'm like holding this in my hand, trying to decide if I was gonna get it, not gonna get it, gonna get it, not gonna get it, and the kid says to me, "Dad, if the Chapel Rowan album was only $12, would you buy it for $12?" And I said, wow. Yes, LGZ. That's her rap name that I gave her and call her by. She does not like it. If you want to piss off a 14-year-old, give them a rap name and then assume they like it.
LGZ. That's great, though.
I know. It's a great. It could be Lil LGZ. Lil Jeezy.
She'll grow to appreciate that name.
She will not.
No, you're right.
Anyway, sometimes like, yes, I'll buy that, and you can get the other one too. She got a previous Record Store Day release by Charlie XCX. So, Don, any comments on this or anything about Record Store Day in general, or should we just go over to Keefy since you did not have a chance to participate this year?
Yeah, no, I say let's go over to Keefy because yeah.
All righty.
I got
like I said. Nick, like you can return to the previous question that I didn't actually answer. You're gonna get a paper cut in your chin there, bro. So
I do what I want. Don't tell me how to live my life.
Sure. Hosting karaoke, I've now found out that Charlie XCX actually has a bunch of banger songs, and she's actually a lot of fun. And I don't.
She is the reason why she is the reason why the child uses my stereo sometimes.
Yeah, fair enough. She has good records.
When she wants to listen to like stuff that she really likes the sound of, she wants to use my stereo. Yeah. I need to actually get her speakers. I promise I'd get her speakers.
Well made.
Is she the one that sings about wanting a muff dive on Billie Eilish?
Probably. Who cares? Moving on.
I do.
It's disgusting. They're teenagers. Moving on.
No, they are not teenagers.
Yeah,
Good
they are.
Lord. They are not. They're in their 20s, dude. Come on.
Like what? 20 and a half? Like 20 and 7 days?
Okay, now I'm going to look this up. Now I have to look this up.
Okay, moving on. Keep going.
So, you can comment later. If I did it wrong? Did I do it wrong? We had the Record Store Day Black Friday that one year where the only thing I wanted was that Amigo the Devil that I bought from Germany. And I had a very good job.
You didn't do it wrong, and here's why. You literally supported the record stores, and the record stores literally supported you. I just don't like buying records online anymore. And for me to do it these days, it's got to be either Japanese or crazy cheap.
As we previously mentioned before the crowd came in, the Danzig reissues were a fun conversation because originally it was going to just be online. And Nick was like, well, I guess I'm never getting them because I'm not going to go buy them online. And now we know they're going to come out and start. I did some sleuthing on Reddit from the Danzig Reddit. And actually the label has told people in private messages they're going to be store availability in the spring. So this was the first run. They were selling to fans. through their website that I'm sure is tied to their P&L for the end of the year and the holidays. So they have numbers they want to make, and they have quite a lot of goods. I mean, Universal is the biggest record label in the world for a reason. They have the catalog on everybody. We know about the fire that destroyed millions of masters. You know, they have some very high quality stuff and some stuff that sounds awesome. But would I like an Ella Fitzgerald Christmas album? 100%. Do I want 45 Ella Fitzgerald singles in a box set of all her Christmas songs? I do not. I do not require this. And I love Ella Fitzgerald. I saw her live.
Yeah, we have several. We have several Ella Fitzgerald.
I've never. These are so new. I haven't opened them. So there's a couple that are still coming in the mail. I did get the Season to Risk, which I missed when they were here last week. I saw
them in '95.
They're great, and they're back. And they had a new record this year that was a Record Store Day Record Store Day glow in the dark green. I checked it.
And then back in POG form?
What?
Are they back in POG form?
No. And then they had the Record Store Day Black Friday re-release of their 1995 record for the 30th anniversary. So that was really cool. And there's a Ghost Cult interview with Season to Risk, Steve of Season to Risk. So I'm going to just open this thing. Again, this was a novelty buy. I normally wouldn't buy this. For the longest time, I didn't buy any 7 inches or 10 inches or 45s. Although that was my whole childhood, was like the Beth 45. Got the official lenticular Led Zeppelin it's an official Led Zeppelin thing. This is a recreation of the Trampled Underfoot single, which I do not require, but now I have for $17 with the original Swan Song Angel logo. People who've seen my Facebook page know that my homepage on Facebook has the Led Zeppelin, make yourself a Led Zeppelin thing. No sleeve. So I'll have to get one, an inner and an outer. And here is the 45, as my brother had it back in the 70s. Pretty cool.
Oh, it's got even got the original. That's awesome.
It's a reproduction of the thing, and it's pretty cheap. Like, I don't know what Led Zeppelin anything you can get that $17. So is that nice to have? It's a nice.
I got Physical Graffiti for 15.
That's fucking cool. So here's
St. Louis, bro.
So here's the other thing I was looking for and could not find until I went to Amoeba, and they just happened to have a bunch. And that we were talking about this Slow Burn, Amusing the Amazing. This was one of my picks on my live stream pick, my pull list for Record Store Day. This was one of the ones I was like, if I find this, I want it. $27. It's been out of print on vinyl for 30-something years. This is the band that John Garcia had immediately after Caius.
Oh, that's right.
That is literally the kind of thing.
That's what it should be.
Record Store Day.
That should be. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
And the other problem is, there's a lot of stuff that has been not mastered for vinyl. And that's a big complaint that I have, is a lot of people are buying vinyl. I'm not saying do the homework, but they're not aware that this was burned off a digital, either a DAT or literally a CD, which is be the worst quality, worse than a fucking, I don't know what cassette. Like,
it's
I don't know.
Worse. I mean, it's like worse than a bootleg, like, to be honest.
It would be worse than a high quality bootleg.
Most high quality bootlegs are the CDs mastered for vinyl.
So here's the front cover.
Yeah, but at least they're mastered for vinyl, though. Like, you can't. The other ones are like, it's like they're duping right off of a.
And remixed and remastered is not always possible. We talked about the Slayer remaster that's coming that I have no interest in. If I get an OG press of Hello 8s at some point, cool. But I don't need that record to feel good about my Slayer collection.
Hi, $400. Goodbye, $400.
Yeah, I don't want
a
deluxe box set of an album that has not been remixed or remastered. What is the source tape? Ask yourself, fans, when you go to buy records, what is the source of this thing? And who worked on it if it was remastered?
And that's one of the things. Right? That's one of the things I talk about when people ask about vinyl. I have leveled up to the point where I care about what pressing I'm buying.
Yes, let's just take a look at this. Here's the front cover again, beautifully produced. Look at these young 90s fellows with their soul patches.
God,
look like STP. Is that STP? It looks like STP.
It looks kind of like, it actually kind of looks like Alice in Chains. But here's John Garcia here looking like Chris Cornell. Young, little brother to Chris Cornell. Oh, in a mylar. I don't like these thicky mylars, but okay. No download code, but that's acceptable. There's a reproduced insert. I had this on tape, so I assume this is what the insert looked like on vinyl 30 years ago.
Looks good.
Looks really beautiful. And then the vinyl comes in an inner thicky mylar, so I'm not mad at it.
I ain't mad at that.
Not mad at it. So that's one less mylar I have to go through. And then here's Yeah, this looks
when was
gorgeous.
that? When was that originally out? Was that like 90?
Probably
96,
96, 97,
96.
because Caius broke up. When's the first Queens of the Stone Age record? 97, 98?
Yeah, like 98.
Yeah.
So these bands are sister bands, or not sister bands, enemy bands.
Yeah. I was
Fuck
gonna say,
you, and fuck you too.
That's pretty late in the game for vinyl.
Oh,
releases.
wait a minute, hang on.
Oh, so the whole record is on. It's like an EP. So the whole record is on side 1, 4 tracks.
And then we got an
It's
etchy.
probably like 20 minutes, and then an etchy on the back. I don't care about, but I don't think these.
I don't need the etchies.
But it's beautiful looking. It looks very
I
cool.
know, I mean, every etchy I've ever seen is beautiful, but
kind of a little bit of southwestern. Can you make it out with the lighting here?
It looks a little. Looks a little Led Zeppelin.
There we go.
Little Zeppy.
Kind of like
the 4 symbols. Yeah.
Kind of like something like that leather carving.
It's weird that it looks kind of like a southwestern thing, but there's like a cougar with a snake tongue and some feeties.
So like Eagle Fang karate.
A little like Miyagi-Do versus Eagle Fang.
Look, dude, there's nothing wrong with cougars with snake tongues.
Wow.
Oh, Don. So
that's the horniest thing that's been said all day.
I have a few more things coming. I will say to answer Don. Don can easily answer his, but I will answer Nick's question and say the thing that I saw that I didn't buy, that I would have bought it, but I saw it twice and I didn't buy it, is the Municipal Waste Massive Aggressive. Good record. Has been on vinyl before. Not sure what I need a reissue.
I feel like Municipal Waste
15 years. Well, they're like 20-something years as a band, technically 25 years. They just had us.
I think it's 25, maybe. Yeah.
So, and I mean, I love the band. They're fun live. I don't sit around and listen to my Municipal Waste records. I have a couple. The one that I listen to the most is the split they did with Toxic Holocaust, because it's fun. They put like 2 original songs together on 10 Crimes, and I have that. That's a lot of fun.
Now, see, that's
Waste to Cost record. It's called to fans. That's fun. I don't like put on Municipal Waste when I have Forbidden and Metallica and Slayer and Anthrax records
or DRI.
Or DRI, exactly.
That's how I am with Sabaton. Like, I love Sabaton, and I know people shit on it.
I was surprised you love Sabaton.
I like Sabaton live.
I like the History Channel about war also, but I don't need it as a band.
I think Sabaton.
I mean, that is the exact definition of that band.
Friend of the show, Danny Nichols, sends me a photo.
Loves that.
Danny.
Sends me a photo from Sweden, because Danny's always everywhere. He's like, dude, I just got to the subway, and there's fucking Sabaton. And then he says when he gets back, I didn't see any other Swedish metal bands. Kind of really ruined it for me. That it was in the first
I would hope
minutes.
that Melissa and I, when we someday go to Sweden, I sincerely hope we will see some Swedish metal bands, even in a bar, something. Right, just to be like, I went to Stockholm and saw some band in a bar.
At a random subway station.
It's like how cool would it be to just be like a McDonald's in Stockholm and run into like Joachim from Graveyard? It'd be like,
that'd be pretty sick. I bet he's probably not.
You know what would be even
a McDonald's
better?
eater.
Being at a subway in Texas, and there's fucking King
and running into King's. That would be amazing.
Now, do you address him as King Diamond, or do you call him Kim?
No, you call him my liege.
Or do you call him
Mr.
Diamond?
No, Mr. Diamond, sir.
Mr. Diamond, sir.
You kneel and hold up your hand and you say, my liege, because he is the king.
He goes, would you
please
sing me
an entire record about a Christmas puppet show?
I really would love to meet him. I heard he's delightful in person, especially if you get him out of costume and makeup and he's just chilling. I heard
that was a 78-minute, 46 or 7-part interview series I watched of him.
Oh,
and
why?
Because I hated
47.
that job. Because I hated that job.
37
in a row.
In a row? Hey, get back here.
At least I wasn't 36.
What I love about him is that he has 2 voices. Like when Don and I were testing levels, I gave him all 3 of my voices, because this is my normal voice. Then I have my radio voice. Then I have my NPR voice. And I have my sales voice.
That last one sounded like your 976 voice.
Oh no. You want my 976 voice?
No.
Oh, Nick, stop. Cut out my eyeballs.
God damn it, Nick. How many times am I supposed to fucking tell you to quit licking your goddamn microphone?
I mean, they're fun live, OJ.
What was I talking about? I don't even remember.
Wish I knew. And your other voice is the King Diamond voice, which you're now going to do.
No, I don't have a King Diamond voice.
You don't have a Queen Diamond voice?
You motherfucker.
King
Diamond has his on-stage voice. He's the Alexima Mercy. Thank you, Metallica. But when he's off stage, he talks like this.
Yeah, he's like regular. Like, even with the makeup on, he's like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, the closest I came to meeting him was being backstage with Matt Thompson, and with what's his face, Andy LaRocque.
Friend of the show, Anna Crucis, is on tour with with King Diamond and Merciful Fate. In apparently, King Diamond was so short, and there were no like stall doors. The guitar player for Anna Crucis walks by, and he sees King Diamond's feet swinging off the corner. And he goes, "What's up, mate?"
Coming next year, the King Diamond story starring Wee Man.
I'm so thankful that my friend Nate gave me that story.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Let us now move on into this year's Record Store Day and the quality.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say the municipal waste was mine. I think Don would say King Cooper, right? If you were going to get one,
I
can still get one on. I'll check the site for you right now.
I was just looking. There's like a few stores that have it for sure.
Yeah, and literally they'll pick a random one. You'll support that store with your purchase, and they'll send it right to you. And mine came packaged.
Okay, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. So
this year, so the kid and I. We're pulling up to Frenchtown Records, and you guys are going to fucking love this because LGZ is just the greatest kid. And, she's growing up vinyl, and whenever I mention that she's into vinyl too, with Lawyer Wife around, she goes, "Wonder where she got that from?" I don't know, man. Maybe her ears. Definitely not me trying to have daddy-daughter time so I could not buy records with my credit card every Saturday. With the kid. This weekend it's magazine time. I've got like a 2-hour block in the calendar that just says magazine time for me and LJ. The wife's not allowed. We're also going to get presents for her. Anyway, that's why it's magazine time. But
you don't have to whisper.
I yell.
That's true. She heard you last week. Yeah.
And she is in the next room. So shut up. So I'm parking the Leaf because I am environmentally conscious and I drive an electric car, and I look down on people that drive hybrids because they're not committing, and people with 2 families. Anyway, and I said, okay, there's another Doors live record this year. She goes, "Oh my God, another one? They put one out every year." And I'm like, I know. Doesn't it seem like they should be done?
Principle.
I'm like, doesn't it seem like they should be done by now? She's like, yeah, why aren't they? Well, because they had to record 878 shows to make Absolutely Live. As near as I can tell, it took, and they had to record an entire tour nightly to put together 10 songs. It didn't sound like
as we did on the review, they barely got it down.
They barely
got what you could consider.
That was a hard push. Seriously,
it took a lot. It took a lot of shows. It took like 30 shows apparently. So here, this year they released Live in Copenhagen. Okay, just so everybody knows,
it's Copenhagen.
Fuck you is what it is. Fuck you and the dog you rode in on. Where's
fuck
your dog?
You, fuck your band.
Where's the dog? Why am I not seeing dogs?
He's chilling with Liz because
he hates me. No, it's fine. He hates me.
He does actually. He said rough, no dick. Rough.
That checks out. Fuck him. So the Doors live in Detroit, which we did an episode on last December when I got for my birthday, which was a Record Store Day 2024 release, which was an excellent live record, like the greatest Doors live release of all time. I might sell the other 2 I have because I don't need them anymore. And it has so many of the same songs we've heard. That was $75 for 4 discs. Now, granted, it didn't need 4 discs. They could have got it on 3, but $75. This year, live in Copenhagen,
Copenhagen
was $65. Okay.
Whoa.
Let me go ahead and read you the track list, shall we? And it's 2 discs. You let me know what song on this album is not on any other release that you've ever heard, okay? That you just need to fucking have. Let me know when just shout it out when you hear it, okay? Applause. Nope. When the music's over. Still no. Backdoor Man. Huh. Moving on. 5-1. No. Okay. Break on through.
No.
Still no. Alabama song? No. Okay. The Wasp. Hello, I Love You. Wake Up. Light My Fire. A Little Game. And The Unknown Soldier.
I mean, that's been on like every fucking bootleg.
Not even
and actually, and I was about to say that's not even a great set list. Like that's not even a great collection.
No, it's really not. And it was $65. Yeah, fuck you. Okay, so that's
I just think like you're not. There's not enough of these things. They're not high quality enough. They're not rare enough. They're not.
Yeah.
Why do I want yes, there's a participation trophy element to this thing. Everyone can do it, and it's part of the culture. And we do want to keep.
But it's also like going out drinking on St. Patrick's Day.
It's going on it's out to
amateur hour, basically. Yeah,
it's Civilian Day.
Yeah,
New Year's Eve at Times Square. Why?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Why would you do this? The parade. I did the Macy's Day Parade twice. I froze my nuts off. I had to pee. There was no way to pee. Fuck that. Why would I do it
again?
again?
Now you understand why I won't go to a festival. But yet we say these things yearly. And what do we do every year? We bitch for 12 weeks leading up to these things.
That's the beauty of our show. We still have to go participate.
Yeah. Well, that's where
we go.
It's like I was telling you, like
is Cooper.
Well, so you know what the funny thing is, like I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, yeah, I can get it, you know. But I'm looking at it now and I'm like, it's $35. And like I love Alice. I love it. But there's nothing rare about this show.
But what it is
it's on vinyl.
The original, it's on vinyl. It's that first tour of the OG Alice Cooper band doing Welcome to My Nightmare Live. That's worth having. That's one of the better things this whole day.
Wait, no, that's not the OG Alice Cooper band. It's the
it's not the Alice Cooper. It's not. It's
Alice it's with like the Steve Hunter
his first solo band.
Yeah,
that tour for that album in LA. We, and you said like, can I hear it somewhere first? Is it like, because maybe it's one of his bad nights, but
right. And I don't know, but like, again, to me, that's something that's actually worth it because like I said, like not really rare. Right. But do I really need it? But am I ever going to get it on vinyl? No, because I had bootlegs of it. So
you
like
just absolutely described this record store day to me. Do I need this? Because there's a premium, there's a premium to record store day.
Mm-hmm.
And now, in fairness, I did get the Dee-Lite for like $35. I don't think that's out of bounds.
No, I think that's actually quite good, especially if you like it.
Yeah, I do. I do like it. But I mean, Keefy, what did you see this year that you went, yeah, but no, too expensive?
Well, not so much too expensive, but that, again, municipal waste. Why do I need this record from 15 years ago, from 2009? There are other 2009 records I'd much rather have. Too expensive. I mean, the Cooper, I saw it and I was like, I love Cooper and I just saw him and I don't need this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need Cooper live, honestly.
Yeah, I really don't have a desire to get a whole bunch of Cooper records in my collection. I do love him.
I have like 15. I just kind of came across them organically.
Yeah, they came to you. What it was.
I'd be more excited if they did like the $1 Billion Babies tour, with the original Alice Cooper.
Well, that's the problem, is they probably will.
Yeah.
Everything that was ever recorded or put down is not necessarily need to be a record. And as I mentioned, overwhelmingly, any hip hop purchases I have ever made for a record store day or record store day Black Friday, once I got them, I was impulsive. I bought them. I was like, oh, I love Nas. I love Illmatic. He's so good. He's like one of the best MCs of all time, bar none. And I got the Illmatic outtakes, and it sucks.
Yeah, I literally saw.
Why did I buy it? It's $40
at Frenchtown Records. They had Easy Does It, and I almost walked over and grabbed it because I mean, as awful and offensive as that record is,
it's a good record.
It's still brilliant. It's
a good album. Yeah.
And
I wouldn't play it around Liz.
West Coast Rap Series in 2026, not
completely.
Right away,
but then I remembered how awful the Straight Outta Compton soundtrack was. It was one of the worst pressings of any. I got rid of it because it was.
That was terrible. A routine complaint that it was rushed out and sucked.
I never heard anything about it. What was wrong with it?
noisy,
just
clicky, just bad,
like
just
bad pressing.
Bad.
Just not mastered correctly or just
great
rushed.
track list, like an amazing.
So they didn't remaster any of the tracks for vinyl from the original masters that Dre still had.
Oh, there you go.
Bands and artists.
They just did like a drop and burn kind of thing.
I will tell you, I saw Kill Bill 1 and 2 last night, as Nick and Don both know. The Whole Bloody Affair, Kill Bill, and again, just what a fucking banger that whole soundtrack is. And yes, it's a lot of his interpolation and tribute and honorifics and homage, but like the original score by the RZA is sick. And I want that.
I got the child a Kill Bill movie poster.
Oh,
okay. She doesn't listen.
Nick's like at gunpoint, whispering into it. It's like his ransom note. Whisper into the recorder.
Blink twice if you need help. Blink twice.
I'm being treated very well, Father. They are not going to kill me if you just bring the $5,000.
Look, Lizzie and I came up with this code thing about how, like, if something like if you ever kidnapped, like you have to have like a certain code name or a word to say so that the other person will know that you're being kidnapped. And I was just like, do you really expect me to remember that? I'm gonna be like, oh my God, Lizzie, they got me. Please come help me.
Mine is toss the salad.
Oh God.
Oh, that's incredible. Ours is just to call each other by our full names.
You're giving your captured ideas. I wouldn't be using that.
Okay.
You know what? If we can't get this money, at least we'll get them to toss our salads.
No, it's you.
Look, you do this, we go to county. You know what they make you do in county? I was a guard. So, last question. We all agree that what Record Store Day, where they're going, is wrong because they're scraping the bottom of the barrel. You know, as I discussed moments ago, there's a Doors live record yearly. My 14-year-old child knows that there's a Doors record every year. Mm-hmm. And it's the same fucking songs.
I'm never buying another one.
So what is obviously what I would like is the rare records to be repressed. So
that actually equalizes the market from flippers.
Right. So, but the problem is, of course, they're not going to press enough. Then we get issues.
Metallica was supposed to do, you know, that story. They were supposed to do No Life Till Leather.
Yeah.
Which is not going to be good because I have it. Because
I have no interest in that. No.
Record Store Day, they released the cassette that 1 year.
They did release the
cassette, and it sounds like ass.
Yeah, it sounds like ass. It's the cassette.
Yeah.
And Mustaine, they were like, yeah, we need you to sign off on this. He's like, well, what's my share of the royalties? He's like, no share. We just want you to sign off on it. He was like, yeah, no. And that cost us the Dave and Hetfield album.
So what would your dream Record Store Day release be? Mine? Motley Crue self-titled. Because it's never been repressed. There is an English pressing, there is a South Korean pressing, and that's it. The closest thing we got to repress on that is John Corabi doing a full concert of it, which by all accounts sounded like farts on a snare drum.
That was a horrible mix, by the way, wasn't that? That literally sounded like a soundboard mix that just...
I never heard it, but it sold out in like 88 seconds, and then I did see somebody who had to get rid of his entire record collection 3 weeks after it came out, selling it for $300. I'm like, wow, that's awfully fast, dick. But everybody I talked to that had it said it sounded bad. So, Don, what would be your dream Record Store Day release?
You know, I like the idea of, like we were talking about earlier, like having some of these original pressings put back out again. But I'd also like to hear some of the stuff that never made it to vinyl, especially stuff in the 90s, exactly. Some of the more obscure bands. Put that shit on vinyl. Like, I love that. I mean, you guys probably don't even know who they are, but like God Street Wine is like one of my favorite New York kind of fusion bands. They kind of got lumped in as a jam band, but they were more like a fusion kind of.
Not when cool. Started.
It would be cool. Oh, you know what? They were kind of like Steely Dan meets the Dad a little bit, but more kind of. But anyway, they just released for the first time the first 3 albums on vinyl, and that is the kind of shit that. And of course, I missed the boat on that one, but like I'm like, give me some of that. That's the kind of stuff I would go wait out in the cold for. You know, like I don't want to wait out in the cold for demos. So like, put out stuff like that, put out the Too Fast for Love, like put out the leather version with the same track list, even though we know it's not going to sound great. But like, again, to me, that would be something that I would be like, okay, I would stand in line for that. That would be great. So give us more of that kind of stuff. I don't need the demos. I don't like, this isn't LimeWire. Like, I don't need to fucking have all the demos and the bootlegs. I can go get them right now, but give us stuff that we could have, that like I said, there's so many great stuff that came out, especially from like, yeah, I mean, even in like 90, from like 90, let's say from 90 on, like there were albums that came out that were printed in such small numbers.
Right. It would be cool to see a regionalized version of Record Store Day. There was a ska band in St. Louis called MU330, and it seems like every one of their vinyl records, they had the greatest song ever called Who's Your Love? Southside City, Who's Your Love? Who's Your Love?
Oh, Who's Your Love?
Oh, Who's Your
That's
clever.
No.
Who is your love?
No. Who's Your?
Who's Your Love? Yeah,
that's what we were saying, Nick. Get it?
Not Who Is Your.
We said Who's Your. We got it.
Hoosier in St. Louis is the worst insult you can be called.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, we get it.
Not Who Is. No, you don't.
Nelly.
We get it.
What?
$1.
Did you just insult friend of the show, Nelly?
Friend Nelly.
He's never going to come back on the show.
I'll insult Nelly and his Band-Aid, and he could be Paul Stanley's little bitch. Anyway,
so hot in her.
Anyway, drinking beer is my claim to fame. Getting laid at Dairy Queen. Who's Your Love? Who's Your Love? It's a great
Shout out to LimeWire, where you looked up Pearl Jam and you got STP Core.
So yeah, that's kind of what
we got. That
Record Store Day needs to grow. It needs to change. It needs to be something different. And we're scraping the bottom of the barrel. We're getting stuff that nobody wants to listen to. And I think that's the big thing. Record Store Day needs to become something that all of the releases are not an oddity, but a gift. Mm-hmm. And there's plenty of that available. There's plenty of that on major labels. And with that...
Was I asked the question? I wasn't allowed to answer.
Would you like to answer the question, Keefy?
Yeah, I was waiting for Keefy to answer about what could you want to see.
My Holy Grail record does not exist, but if it ever exists, I will pay any amount of money on it, Record Store Day or not. I need the Seven Dust debut album, remixed and remastered for vinyl, put out authentically by the band. I will not get a bootleg. They do not own the masters. They cannot put it out on vinyl. They begged and offered millions of dollars, and whoever, Universal, who owns the masters for TBT, so Pretty Hate Machine, Ministry, a lot of bands Nick doesn't like, all the industrial metal bands from Chicago, Universal will not negotiate and give up rights. So maybe they'll put it out, which, hey, it will pay that band money, which it will make them more money on vinyl, for whatever. I even have I bought Seven Dust greatest hits on vinyl for $15 because I was like, I want to have it. But Seven Dust debut self-titled album, 1997, flawless 90s metal, not that new metal like people have lumped them into new metal. They are really a straight up metal band with a little bit of rapping. And Lejon LJ does not actually rap. He sings. He's an incredible singer. I love that record to pieces.
They reminded me of a much better and melodic Stuck Mojo.
They were from the same town.
Yeah, I remember. Actually, my
Atlanta Bros.
My shitty heavy metal band opened for Crawl Space a few times.
Oh, Crawl Space, the OG Seven Dust, basically.
Yeah,
which had the song "My Ruin" on the Mortal Kombat soundtrack.
Yes,
which also is not on vinyl other than bootlegs. So that's the second one. So I need Seven Dust self-titled debut. I need Mortal Kombat remastered, remixed for vinyl for 2026 or something. That I would pay a lot of money for. A lot. I will not get a bootleg. Anybody looking to buy me a gift, please don't gift it to me as a bootleg. I have enough Seven Dust stuff. But that's what I want. I can't get it. They don't own it. I don't know if they'll ever have enough money to convince Universal. If Universal wants to just put it out, they could, and then you're in their hands. You're not in charge of it. They do whatever they want. Maybe they just put it out from the original DAT copies from 96, 97. Maybe you get it. Maybe you don't.
It would just be nice to see a Gen X 1993 to 8 Record Store Day. Because that's what we're all
I was probably geared toward us in the first place. I look at these artists and I just don't see, you love Digital Underground. I saw Sex Packets recently for that blue vinyl you have. I saw it. I didn't get it in a while.
No, I have an OG Swedish press.
Yeah, if it's still there, I will get it next time. But I
have Sex Packets.
I know that. So they put out the Body Hat Syndrome.
Yeah, I have that.
Did you get the Record Store Day Black Friday one? The 2 LP?
Yeah, it's 2 LP. I got it for a BOGO. And when I was in Minnesota, it was
It came
buy
out in
one.
23.
Yeah, I got it last year. Or I got it this year in Minnesota. They
But
had
you
it
picked
left
it up
over.
like at a store that had it for Record Store Day. They had to buy the stock. I'm saying, like, is that a release? Is there a bunch of Digital Underground fans out there that need that record?
No, the record we need is Sex
saying?
Packets, and that's where it stops.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with Record Store Day.
And
We're
Nothing
scraping the
had
barrel.
a Record Store Day single. Erykah Badu, decent record. Now, I will tell you here, one last thing I will say is that one thing that I do like about the Record Store Day releases, and I haven't bought them, but I would like them. The Curtis Mayfield was like $40 for the repress of Curtis, the album, which I love. And everyone should have that album, but I didn't jump on that either. That would be one that maybe I would boomerang back around and look for later. I do think the live jazz records, there's too many live Doors records and Ramones records and just whatever records. Pearl Jam, every fucking other Record Store Day has one. I think the jazz stuff, especially live, that's a genre where live albums, you could literally get 10 Bill Evans live albums and he would never play the same thing.
No. Do you remember that? You remember that whole series that was it was like Thelonious Monk and Col- it was Monk and Coltrane. Do you remember that? You could have 3 separate vinyls of that same show or same set, I should say,
twice,
and you would never hear it the same way. Which again,
Monk never even played Round Midnight the same way twice. So I'm just saying, like, other than jazz, that is a genre built on improvisation, and live is actually where it all happens most.
Mm-hmm.
These things are not. They don't help improve your collection, I think, unless you're really passionate about a certain artist and you are completist. These don't make your collection better to have. The whatever also ran, this was a bootleg for 40 years, and now you can have the vinyl.
Sadly true.
You know?
So you're gonna get the bootleg quality on a record.
Do you want to see Nick and Don? Let me ask you: do you want to see it go away for a few years and then come back?
I want to see it take 2 years off and then and reform where we get albums that are hard to find.
Where can we find a vinyl club to join so the 3 of us can get a vinyl like every 3 months and have a chaser?
I think that would be fun. I would like that, but I'll
missed out on Metallica. I think they'll bring it back eventually.
I think when Metallica comes back, I'll do that. But
I think that until they change, like you guys, until they change it and make it something that's actually going to be worthwhile, as opposed to like make my collection complete, and like even just talking about it right now, I would have jumped on this Cooper the minute I saw it. Like I've completely talked myself out of it now since we've been doing this. And I'll tell you why, because for $40, like, do I really want a live show like that I've had on bootleg for a long time as a young person? But would I rather take that $40 than what I have purchased? I don't know, said like Danzig 3. Do you know what I mean? Like something that I never had on vinyl, something that is like that I know is going to improve my collection that I'm going to listen to on a regular basis. I love Alice, but I have like 2 Alice live vinyls that I never listen to.
That's the thing.
And not because they're bad, but because, I listened to them once and I'm like, okay.
And let's just toss. So that's a great point, Don. Let's just toss aside for 1 second everybody that buys records to just have them, and they're buying all the Tay-Tays and the Adeles and the whatevers and the Charlies, and they don't really play them. They just have them to have them. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the audience of the 50% or 51% of vinyl buyers that do listen to their records. I don't want to buy something I'm never going to listen to again. Am I going to listen to that Trample Underfoot more than once or twice? No, but it was like a nostalgic. They got me on the nostalgia hook. They hooked me. But normally I don't buy those things. And I got the slow burn that I will play. I love Stoner Doom. This is my genre I love, beside thrash. And that's a record I've wanted for the longest time to have, that EP. And now I have it on vinyl. That's so cool. But I think, put out things people are really going to play. I don't think they're asking that question. I don't think the labels are asking that question. I don't think the artists are asking that question. And I would love to know the percentage, and it may not be knowable, not a word. It may not be possible to know how many of these artists are really involved with these releases, or is just whoever owns the masters just mercenarily putting them out.
I would say few to none. to be honest, because these things are so far out of the grasp of the artists at this point that these are like completely publishing deals. Do you know what I mean? Like they're probably, I mean, obviously they're going to get some level of a payout for it, but they're not going to get a say so as for like, like we're going to put out this album as a 10-inch single. The band won't even know about it until they see it online, but I don't know. I feel like that's just such a common thing, but I can't reiterate enough exactly what Nick was saying. Like make it worth my while, like just, I don't know.
It's time to stop scraping the barrel and start doing albums, re-releasing albums that are hard to find. That's where Record Store needs to go. And with that being said,
shall I take us home?
Take us home, Keefy.
You've been listening to another Glacially Cult Don Talking the Thing collaboration.
It's a Glacially Cult. It's a Glacially musical podcast. A Don joint. A ghost Don joint.
Oh, somebody say Don joint. I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Don has joints.
Somewhere.
Thanks you guys. I'm the co-host Keefy of GhostCultMan.com. You can follow my new channel at Ghost Cult Keefy, likely to become the Ghost Cult second channel in 2026. Nick, of course, you know where to follow him at Glacially Musical. Don, of course, at Talking the Talk at Don, Southeast of Heaven. Don't know if Don is promoting his third secret thing yet, but Don has a new album out. You should definitely go check it out if you like the dark folk and Americana, Dancing on My Father's Grave, and other stories on Dark Waters Music. I am Keefy. This has been the Glacially Cult crossover again. We'll be back next week with some more Queensryche, much to Nick's chagrin. One of my favorite records of all time. Miss Kazari Dancer is going down on Jeff Walker.
I'm working on my actor thing.
Working on his zucchini. And the Glacially Musical Podcast and the Glacially Cult crossover cast do not play in Peoria, but if you're in Peoria, go support your local record stores. I know the Chicago area has many great record stores.
Bloomington has really shitty record stores.
Does it? Oh.
Yeah, but I still bought some.
Don't go to Fantasyland in Atlanta.
Thanks for watching. Peace.
See you, kids.
That was beautiful. Beautiful, guys.